In the next 9 minutes, you'll unearth the signs that indicate she's genuinely interested in you. Let's begin by imagining a situation. Picture a party. There's a guy, we'll call him Jack. Jack meets a girl named Emily. They strike up a conversation, talking about everything from their favorite movies to their shared love for Italian food. Fast forward a few days, and Jack meets Emily again. She surprises Jack by recalling their conversation in striking detail. She remembers that Jack's favorite movie is Casablanca, and that he has a soft spot for margherita pizza. She's not just recalling the broad strokes, but the finer points of their conversation. You see, when someone is genuinely interested, they make an effort to remember. It's not about having a photographic memory. It's about valuing the conversation and the person enough to retain those details. If she's remembering these minute details about you, it's a pretty good sign she's into you. Next, we'll delve into the world of shared interests. Imagine this. You casually mentioned your favorite band in a conversation with Emily. Now she's not only humming their tunes, but also knows the lyrics to their latest hit. It's as if she's downloaded their entire discography overnight. But it doesn't stop there. She remembers the name of your all-time favorite song, the one you listen to when you're feeling blue or when you're on top of the world. And then there's coffee. The lifeblood of many a morning. You've shared how you prefer your coffee, strong and black with a hint of caramel. Now, every time you meet, she's got that exact order ready for you. It's not just any coffee, it's your coffee. It's almost like she's taken a mental note of it, tucked it away in her memory, and brought it out just to make your day a little bit better. But wait, there's more. Remember that story you told her about your childhood pet? How you used to run around the garden with your golden retriever, Max? Well, she remembers Max. She remembers the stories you told about him, the adventures you shared. She laughs when you recount the funny incidents and sympathizes with your heartache when you speak of his passing. It's like she's painting a picture of your life in her mind, with each stroke a detail about you. Every band you love, every coffee you drink, every memory you cherish, she takes them all in, showing a genuine interest in who you are, in what makes you, you. Now, why would she do that? Why would she invest so much time and effort into knowing you, into understanding your world? The answer is simple. It's because she's interested in you. She values you and wants to be a part of your life. When a woman takes a keen interest in your hobbies, that's another solid sign she's interested in you. Now let's talk about the power of touch. It's a language that speaks volumes, often saying more than words ever could. Take Emily and Jack, for instance. Emily seems to always find reasons to touch Jack. She might casually brush off a piece of lint from his shirt, give him a light nudge when they share a joke, or high-five him for their shared victories. To an onlooker, these might seem like mundane, insignificant gestures. But are they really? When we dig deeper, we find that these unnecessary touches are not as casual as they seem. They're Emily's subtle ways of expressing her interest in Jack, of creating a bond that goes beyond just being friends. Each touch is a hint, a signal that she's drawn to him. It's her way of saying, "Hey, I'm into you." These unnecessary touches are not just friendly gestures, they are signs of attraction. Ever noticed her being a little nervous around you? Let's take a moment to talk about Emily and Jack. Emily, in general, is a confident person. She's the type who walks into a room and she owns it. But when Jack walks in, there's a shift. She stumbles on her words a bit. Maybe she laughs a little too loudly at his jokes. Perhaps you've noticed the way her hands flutter around when she's talking to him, like a flock of birds in flight. This is what we call nervous energy. It's a type of kinetic electricity that can't be seen, but can definitely be felt. Nervous energy is a common human response to situations where we feel a bit out of our depth, and it's particularly common when we're around someone we like. You see, when Emily is around Jack, her heart rate increases. Her palms get a little sweaty. She's hyper-aware of his presence, and that makes her feel a little off balance. It's as if she's on a tightrope, trying to maintain her usual poise, but the butterflies in her stomach are making it a bit difficult. This nervous energy isn't a bad thing, though. Quite the opposite, in fact. It's a telltale sign of her feelings for Jack. It's as if her body is betraying her secret, revealing her hidden feelings in the form of these little nervous tics. So if you've noticed that she seems a little more fidgety, a bit more flustered, or a touch more tongue-tied around you than she is around others, don't be quick to dismiss it. It could be that she's just not that comfortable around you, but it could also be a sign that she's into you. Remember, these signs are subtle. They're not always easy to spot. You have to pay attention, to be observant, but once you start seeing them, they're hard to miss. If she seems a bit more nervous around you than others, chances are she's into you. Let's delve into the realm of communication. Communication, as you may know, is the cornerstone of any relationship. It helps us understand, connect, and build relationships with others. And in the context of romantic interest, it is often the clearest indicator of someone's feelings. Take, for example, Emily and Jack. They've been friends for a while now, and recently Emily's communication with Jack has become noticeably more frequent. It's not just that she responds to his texts quickly, which she does, but she also initiates conversations. Whether it's a funny meme, a thought-provoking article, or just a simple good morning text, Emily never misses an opportunity to reach out to Jack. But what does this mean? Why is Emily so eager to communicate with Jack? The answer is simple. Emily is interested in Jack. Her frequent communication is an indication of this interest. She wants to understand him, connect with him, and build a relationship with him. And that's why she's always initiating conversations and responding to his messages promptly. In the grand scheme of things, Emily's behavior is not at all uncommon. Many people, when they're interested in someone, increase their communication with that person. They want to show their interest, their care, and their desire to be a part of that person's life. And one of the best ways to do this is through constant communication. So if you find yourself in a situation similar to Jack's, pay attention to the communication. Is she always quick to respond to your messages? Does she initiate conversations? Does she send you funny memes, thought-provoking articles, or simple good morning texts? If the answer to these questions is yes, then there's a good chance she's interested in you. And remember, communication is not just about the quantity, it's also about the quality. If she's genuinely interested in you, her messages will be thoughtful, meaningful, and personal. They will show that she cares about you and wants to understand you better. Frequent communication is a surefire sign of her interest in you. So, what do all these signs mean, you might ask? Let's take a moment to tie everything together. If she's showing an unexpected interest in your hobbies, or maybe you've noticed a touch that didn't seem necessary, these could be clues she's into you. The nervous energy she exhibits around you, that's another sign. And let's not forget constant communication. If she's reaching out frequently, it's a good sign she's thinking about you. These signs are not standalone indicators, but when they come together, they paint a pretty clear picture. If a woman exhibits these signs, it's highly likely she's into you. But remember, everyone is different, and these signs might vary from person to person. Always approach with respect and understanding. Remember, pay attention to these signs. You might just find out that she's into you. And when you do, you'll know that all this attention to detail was worth it.